Hello everybody, it's the Glamour Witch. I am back for another video, and so today I'm going to be creating a new moon oil that I will be charging for tomorrow's new moon in Taurus. And I'm just going to teach you, it's a very simple recipe, and then I'm going to also show you how I charge it. You can also do this with full moon, but because I'm trying to harness and capture the energy of this specific new moon, and also because this new moon has a lot of energy that kind of brings this kind of full moon vibe to it, I thought it would be the perfect time to make a blend of new moon oil. So I'm going to go through the list of what I have here, and we're just going to jump right in, and then I'm going to show you how I charge this work. So I have here a blue copal dropper bottle that I got off of Amazon, and we're going to make sure that it's cleaned and cleansed, the inside and everything like that. We have a few essential oils. We have jasmine here. We have a little bit of rose fragrance. We have frankincense, lavender, and a little bit of patchouli. I'm also going to be adding crystals to this. Moonstone. We have Moonstone chips, SuperSeven chips, as well as some Selenite, which I'm going to be grinding down into a fine powder and adding to this blend. And I'm going to show you how to do that. We have Mugwort as an herb, lavender, and rose. And our carrier oil today is going to be grapeseed oil. Now you can use jojoba oil, you can use coconut oil, like fractured, or I think that's what it's called, coconut oil. If you have some at wherever you are, you can also use olive oil for this, but I like it to be a little bit of a thinner oil, not so thick and heavy, because I will be anointing myself with this oil. So let's talk about why we're doing this. So this working is serving to boost our energy and our magical power, especially when doing ritual work. And when we are able to take in oil form or whatever the case may be and harness the energy of the moon or any type of celestial power, we're able to then boost our working. So you can add this oil to a candle. You can anoint a candle with this. You can add it to your bath water before ceremony. You can anoint your body with it. There's so many creative ways in which you can use this. With some of these essential oils, you might even be able to put it on an oil burner and let it burn, and let the fragrances kind of swell in the air and kind of create that harmonious blend. Now, I would also suggest doing this for the full moon, and that energy is really potent. But because we're doing this for the dark moon and the new moon, the beginnings, the planting of seeds and the growing, and this is also in Taurus, I really felt like I wanted to make an oil that I can continue to use that captures this energy of healing and abundance and really tapping into the things that we value and creating that prosperity and that luxury around us in our lives. So I just felt like it was a good time to do this, and I'm going to break down how everything is put together really, really quick, and then I'll show you how to charge this. So I'm going to first cleanse this bottle, and you can use Florida water or you can do sage smoke. I'm going to just add a little tiny bit, like the tiniest bit of Florida water to this, and just kind of swish it around in this container and get some on the outside as well, and just make sure that we're completely cleansing it. I also have an incense here. You want to make sure that you are, let me make sure that that's completely no liquid, but you want to just make sure that you are cleansing all the items and the tools that are being used for this work. So I'm just going to take this incense smoke and cleanse the bottle. Next, I'm going to add in our crystals. So here I have Moonstone chips, and these Moonstone chips I got off Etsy. And I've got it was like a pack of 8 for, it might have been like $15 or something. So this really didn't cost me that much. And it's small enough little pieces of moonstone that I can add it to work like this, and you know, it can serve its purpose without having to sacrifice a bigger stone. So it's a good investment for your witchy arsenal. Moonstone is great for connecting with energies of the moon, harmonizing and attuning to the frequencies, boosting your intuition, and promoting inspiration and success in all matters of the heart. It also is really great for women to empower themselves, especially around their moon cycle. Very healing and nourishing as well. People like to use Moonstone for healing work, self-love work. Next, I'm gonna add in a few chips of SuperSeven. Now, the reason why I'm adding SuperSeven to this blend, and if you guys don't know about SuperSeven crystals, it's actually 7 different gemstones in one, and it's a power-packed spiritual gem that is grounding and uplifting, and it really attunes all the chakras and helps you to release and step into your power and your psychic abilities more freely. And so I'm adding that to this blend so that we can really tap into the moon's energy and allow messages to come through clearly. So I'm just gonna say a little prayer over these crystals. Now I'm gonna talk to you guys about this stone here. So this is a selenite. Now this is like a small little piece, and I know you're thinking, how are you gonna put this into the bottle? So I have here a mortar and pestle, and what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to take a little chunk off of this. So what I did was, which I'm gonna actually take this. So just be careful. I just took a little chunk off of this, as you can see. But now I have it here in the mortar and pestle, and looks amazing in here. I'm gonna just turn this into a fine powder, and we're just gonna grind this down. Selenite is really great for harnessing the moon's energy, and also to welcome in angelic and celestial beings and light beings into your work. And because we're dealing with the moon, we really want to have as many things that connect to light bodies and spiritual guides that are able to assist us in that energy. So we're going to be putting things in that are going to help call those in and create a vibration that is welcoming for those types of energies. All right, so now we have finished this, and it is a powder, and we're going to add this powder to our mix. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this, and you can really fill out how much you want to put in, and I'm going to be really generous with this because I really want this energy of the selenite crystal to be all up in and through this mix. Selenite actually does dissolve in liquid, so just fun fact, I wouldn't recommend putting a whole crystal in there. If you wanted to reuse that crystal, it will dissolve in any liquid you know, that you put it into. So just keep that in mind. That way, you know, if you don't have any extra selenite to spare, you're not taking your only good piece, because I mean, once you ground it down into a fine powder, you're not really getting it back anyway. So now that we have our selenite in there, and I was blessed in activating it while I was doing that work, I'm gonna start adding in my herbs. So we have here mugwort, and you're going to want to pick herbs that are great for psychic empowerment, things that are going to be calming, relaxing, heart opening, chakra opening, things that will send you into a trance state, things that will support the energies of the moon, maybe the sign that the moon is in at that time. There's so many things that you can do, but I'm taking mugwort, a little bit of lavender and rose, and adding it to this blend. So this is mugwort leaf. I'm just gonna find a way to get it in here. Okay. Now, of course, you can blend this up before you put it in here. You can put it back into the mortar and pestle, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't need to do that. Simple. We're gonna bless and activate this. Now we are going to add in our lavender, which is great for tranquility and peace, but also helping with lucid dreamings and psychic intuition and abilities. It's just very calming and soothing and relaxing, and it's going to get you into a place to be able to receive those messages more openly and freely. And that's really what you want. You want to add things in that are going to support the work and that are going to get you to where you want to be much quicker. So I'm going to add a little bit of this lavender to the mix. Plus it smells amazing. All right, so there's our lavender, and we'll bless and activate this lavender. Next, we're adding in roses. Now, roses are really great in workings, but they also create that sense of peace and tranquility that we were talking about before, and really serve to open the heart chakra. And because this is a Taurus new moon, I really wanted to focus on loving, nurturing, supportive energies and healing energy. And what better plant to use than the highest vibration of love in plant form, which is rose petals or rose essence. We're just gonna bless and activate that as well. All right, awesome. Now we're going to move along to our essential oils. So if you wanted to do any of these things in essential oil form, you could just switch over to that. That's totally fine. But I just chose to do it the way that I'm doing it. So I'm going to start with jasmine. Jasmine's really great for visions and spiritual, heightening your spiritual awareness, as well as tapping into messages, having visions and dreams. And man, does it smell good. Let's just say it don't hurt to throw a little bit of jasmine up in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna also add some lavender. We're just doubling down on that energy because why not? And of course, I'm not doing exact measurements of everything, and I use these types of things in my workings all the time. So this is frankincense. Frankincense is here to support the spiritual aspect, to provide protection, and to boost the energies of all the other work in this blend. Oh, I can already smell this. And we're gonna add patchouli. Now, patchouli is used in love workings. It's used to get things moving, to awaken, to aliven, to activate passion, love, seduction. You know, it's using a lot of love magic. And I'm using this as an activating property too. It's very romantic, soothing, stimulating. And we want that energy in our new moon or any of our moon blends, because we want to be activated by this blend. So we're just gonna add a little bit. Now keep in mind, some of these fragrances are gonna be more intense than others, so just be mindful of that when adding them in. Now we are going to add in our rose. This is like a little rose essence. Okay. And now that we have this in here, we're going to add our carrier oil. Again, like I said, I'm using grapeseed oil, but you can use whatever works for you. But you want to make sure you add a carrier oil to any essential oils if you're going to be putting this on your body or bathing in this, because the essential oils can be a little bit intense for the skin. Okay, so now you have your bottle, and you guys can't see everything that's in here, because the reason why I chose a blue bottle is because it helps protect it against any like sun damage. Like if I decide that I want to leave it out all night and the next day in the morning I forget about it, the sun isn't gonna harm this. It's gonna actually increase the shelf life of this oil blend, and that's something to keep in mind. I know a lot of people like to use clear bottles because they like to be able to see all the herbs and the crystals and stuff floating around in there. But to me, it's more important that this blend lasts than it is for aesthetic beauty. So keep that in mind when choosing a bottle or choosing bottles to use. If you want things to last, you want to keep it in a dark glass. It could be an amber bottle or a blue bottle like this, just to keep the UV rays out. And you're just gonna give it a shake. Get the crystals and everything in there mixed up in the blend. Okay. And I just like to take the dropper bottle and get it going. Oh my God, this shit smells so good. Oh, and it's filled with so much magical energy. I wish you guys could feel this bottle right now. It's like, it's so refreshing and cooling. I just want to like hold this to my chest and like just like it's so good. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna show you guys how I charge this for ceremony and ritual on the new moon, which is tomorrow. So I'm gonna fast forward to tomorrow's ritual and you guys will see how to activate this. But if you guys wanna see how I charge my oils in the new moon and full moon energies, just keep watching. So here we have our setup. We have candles around this, as well as crystal grid that can serve to charge the work as well. You can always match the crystals to the intention or to the moon phase in which you are trying to enchant your bottle. I'm going to just send Reiki energy and my intention towards the entire blend and also cleanse and sage the area. Once I've done that, set my intentions, I will just let it sit out in the new moon energy, and that is how you charge it. Hey you guys, so I am in my backyard right now with my girl Emmy. Say hi. Say hi, I got you.
Hello, magical creature.
And we are blessing the new moon oil. I have to keep relighting all the candles because it's really windy in California right now. And yeah, so I wanted to show you guys. And we're just hanging out by the bonfire. A little flame here. We'll do a little writing and throw our intentions into the flame. And we're listening to some Lorena McKennett. But I just wanted to share with you guys, it's super easy. I just literally put the oil outside. I put candles, small tea light candles around the actual item, and then some crystals. I make a crystal grid around it and just let it stay outside with the energy, because the energy of the full moon is out here. And I don't want it to be in my house and in my space because I don't want it to be blocked from getting all of the goodness of the moon. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Be blessed. 'Cause I wanna stay high.